Sofia is the capital and largest city of Bulgaria. It is located at the foot of Mount Vitosha in the western part of the country, occupying a strategic position at the center of the Balkan Peninsula. With a population of 1.4 million people, Sofia is the 15th largest city in the European Union. Many of the major universities, cultural institutions and businesses of Bulgaria are concentrated here. We start our promenade from the Maxim Boutique Hotel, a small but cute hotel located at Maria Luisa Boulevard in the very center of Sofia. The streets of Sofia look quite different from those in Macedonian cities. The aspect of the buildings and monuments reminds me of Central European countries. The monumental area in Sofia is concentrated in the Oboriste district, in the very center of the city, where most landmarks and administrative buildings are located. It is known for its predominantly neo-Renaissance and Viennese architecture, extensive green belts and yellow cobblestones. The main entrance of the Presidency building is guarded by soldiers dressed in the 19th century parade uniforms. The changing of the guard takes place every hour throughout the day. In this lively area we find the National Archaeological Museum. It occupies the building of the largest and oldest former Ottoman mosque in the city. The museum was officially opened and inaugurated in 1905. It has 5 exhibition halls: Central Hall, Prehistory, Middle Ages, Treasure and a special temporary exhibition. The center of Sofia offers a very interesting environment to walk, with green areas, long avenues and impressive monuments, including buildings of very different styles. This makes the walk from the Archaeological Museum to the cathedral a real pleasure. The surroundings of the cathedral are full of street vendors offering paintings of many different types and styles, as well as religious icons, traditional in Orthodox countries. The cobblestones on the street pave the way to the majestic Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, one of the most visited tourist destinations in Bulgaria. The construction of the cathedral started in 1882, although most of it was built between 1904 and 1912. The cathedral was created in honor to the Russian soldiers who died during the Russo-Turkish War of 1878, as a result of which Bulgaria was liberated from Ottoman rule. With a capacity for 10,000 people, the wonders and treasures of the cathedral are worth a detailed visit. We visit a covered market in the center of Sofia. These markets are usual in the city, showing an active commercial activity of food products. It's a perfect place to buy some souvenirs of Sofia to remember the city when back at home. It is time to move on. Sofia has plenty of marvelous parks where visitors can enjoy a quiet environment. We visit the Cacao Park, a park especially designed for families with children. Apart from eating munchies, children can chase pigeons, run and shout as much as they wish, and demonstrate their physical abilities for the circus. Let's take a look at that. We take a bus to return to the center of Sofia. The ride on the bus is smooth and allows us to see a lot of the city. This time we are in a different area of Sofia, aiming at visiting the National Palace of Culture. The palace was opened in 1981 and it is said to be the largest multifunctional conference and exhibition center in southeastern Europe. Located in the center of Bulgaria's square, it dominates the landscape of the area. Just a few meters from the National Palace of Culture, visitors can enjoy a peaceful and lively promenade along Vitosa Boulevard, the main commercial street in the center of Sofia. The boulevard is named after Vitosa, the mountain just next to Sofia. Many high-end fashion companies have outlets on Vitosa Boulevard and the neighboring streets. The street was initially built up with low one-story houses, but turned into an imposing trade street in the interwar period. It is abundant in restaurants, bars, and street performers. The night comes in Sofia, showing a wonderful view of the urban landscape. We approach the Sofia Arena Sports Hall to see the Gymnastics Dundee World Cup. We are lucky to enjoy an event like this in a country where gymnastics is the national sport. Entrance to the arena is free. We are surprised to see that even the car park is totally free. The national support to this sport is complete and full. The youngsters get excited to see their heroes in action. The event attracts people from many countries, like Laura, a friend from Spain that we meet by chance at the arena.
Hola, me llamo Laura, pues nada, estoy de interrail por Europa y cuando me enteré que la Copa del Mundo era en Sofía y que coincidía por días, dije, parada obligatoria aquí, porque ya que soy entrenadora de gimnasia rítmica, pues esto es cumplir un sueño.
It is emotional to see how the audience vibrates with the performance of the athletes, a real reference for the young generations. We move 100 kilometers south of the capital in order to visit the Rila Monastery, the largest and most famous Orthodox monastery in Bulgaria. It is located in the southwestern Rila Mountains, in the deep valley of the Rilska River. The monastery is named after its founder, the hermit Ivan of Rila. Founded in the 10th century, the Rila Monastery is regarded as one of Bulgaria's most important cultural, historical and architectural monuments. and is key to tourist attraction for both Bulgaria and Southern Europe. As a proof of that, in 2008 alone, it attracted 900,000 visitors. Ever since its creation, the Rila monastery has been supported by the Bulgarian rulers. Large donations were made by almost every Tsar of the Second Bulgarian Empire up until the Ottoman conquest, making the monastery a cultural and spiritual center of Bulgaria. In summertime, the monastery is packed with tourists, aiming not only at visiting the interior of the old church, but also at enjoying the extraordinary paintings on the outside walls and ceilings. The monastery reached its apogee from the 12th to the 14th century. The oldest buildings in the current complex date from this period. Many tourist guides say that if you don't visit the Rila monastery, you don't get to know the essence of Bulgaria. I must say that I fully agree with that opinion. The town of Kasanlak in central Bulgaria is home to the tomb of the Thracian kings, a significant monument of the Thracian art from the early Hellenistic age. The tomb is part of a large Thracian necropolis. The monument dates back to the 4th century BC and has been on the UNESCO protected World Heritage Site list since 1979. Tourists can only visit a duplicate of the tomb. The original one is under a special storage regime situated just next to the duplicate. The interior of the entrance corridor is narrow and crowded, giving access to a small sepulchral chamber that contains remarkable paintings on the dome, one of the best preserved painting products from the early Hellenistic age. The visit to the tomb is brief and intense, but before leaving Kasanlak, we still have another interesting attraction ahead, the Rose Museum. It is housed in the old building of the Rose Institute. The rose is one of the symbols of Bulgaria. The Rose Museum stores more than 15,000 exponents related to rose picking and rose production in Bulgaria. In the 18th century, the Bulgarian rose oil was a preferred raw material for the French perfume producers. The east coast of Bulgaria is home to a number of beautiful cities by the beach, with plenty of summer resorts and hotels. That is the case of Sunny Beach, a major seaside resort on the Black Sea, located approximately 35 kilometers north of Burgas. Sunny Beach is the largest and most popular resort in Bulgaria, being home to over 800 hotels with more than 300,000 beds. Sunny Beach has a very small permanent population, but during the summer the resort hosts many thousands of tourists. The climate is humid subtropical, with some maritime and continental influences. The average annual temperature is 14 degrees Celsius, although during the summer the sea temperatures stay around 26 degrees. The beach stretches for over 8 kilometers. The sand is fine and soft, and part of the beach is edged by sand dunes. On the sands, you will find rows of sunbeds and parasols that stretch off into the distance. If you are planning to stay on the beach only for a short time, take your own mat or beach towel and sit on the free zones behind the parasols. In the seafront promenade, we find an interesting game for people who love sports by all means in all conditions. It allows anyone to play tennis alone everywhere by means of an ingenious invention.
Esto es un invento, es un entrenador, como decirlo, para entrenar tenis, ¿vale? Con este invento, que es una pelota de tenis, cosida de un modo especial, con una goma, que también está hecha especial, y un plomo de peso, se puede entrenar tenis en cualquier parte del mundo, en la calle, en la playa y en todos los sitios.
A tourist seems interested in purchasing the clever invention.
In London, I think, 3 euros. The ball with the...
And this is without shooting. Shooting is extra.
We leave our colleague playing tennis alone and continue our promenade. Apart from a blue flag beach with soft sand, Sunny Beach has more than 130 restaurants and numerous live music bars, pubs, nightclubs, discos and cafes. Sunny Beach is definitely a family resort where kids will find a lot of interesting, funny things to do. The beach looks especially beautiful and inspiring at night. Ideal time for farewell. The last stop in our trip is the beautiful town of Veliko Tarnovo, located in north-central Bulgaria. Often referred to as the City of the Tsars, Veliko Tarnovo is situated on the Jantra River and is famously known as the historical capital of the Second Bulgarian Empire, attracting many tourists with its unique architecture and mystical atmosphere, almost a fairy tale village. Veliko is located at a distance of 240 kilometers from Sofia and 228 kilometers from the city of Varna, being the town population approximately 70,000 people. The location of the town as a crossing point of multiple roads and commercial connections and routes has helped for its economical and cultural development from antiquity to the present day. Veliko Tarnovo is one of the oldest towns in the country, as its history dates back to more than 5,000 years ago, which is proven by archaeological excavations. The center of the town is a web of narrow and lovely streets, in which tourists and locals enjoy a peaceful atmosphere where calmness and tranquility can be smelled in every corner. In architectural terms, the appearance of the old part of the town takes the visitors in the past. Walking along the craft streets, you have the possibility to see houses built over 200 years ago, as well as to sense a completely different atmosphere. Bulgarians are traditional people. Their costumes, music and dances are part of their culture. One can enjoy it on TV on several channels. The most significant monument of culture in Veliko Tarnovo is the medieval fortress, Sarevets, situated on the homonymous peak, surrounded on three sides by the river Jantra. Excavations show that although Sarevets is surrounded on three sides by a fortified wall, it was originally not a closed fortress, but a medieval town. The center of such medieval town contained a number of relevant buildings, such as the palace, the Church of St. Petka, multiple residential and economic buildings, water reservoirs and battle towers. The fortress is well preserved nowadays, in particular the walls that surround the old medieval town. The church still remains at the top of Sarevets. A good deal of steps have to be taken in order to climb from the base of the fortress to the highest part of it. The prize, after so much effort, is the direct view of Sarevets church. The interior of the church is decorated with Christian paintings in modern style, an amazing contrast with the old history of the church and the fortress. It's time to take our steps down the staircase and finish our visit to the fortress. The night in Veliko Tarnovo offers the opportunity to enjoy a spectacular show of sound and light. Dramatic music, multicolored lasers and chiming bells are synchronized together in order to conform a unique attraction which is emblematic for the city. The show offers a fantastic ending for a fantastic trip. Macedonia and Bulgaria, Alpha and Omega.